Hi, my name is Lily, and I am the owner and founder of Merino y Vino. So, welcome to my YouTube channel. There are links for my Instagram and my website below. I just founded Merino y Vino of March 2020, which the timing wasn't that great due to COVID, and then the summer months are pretty slow times for knitters, but oh well. So here I am. I started knitting when I was 8 years old, so I've been knitting for a long time. uh, I knit from the time I was 8 to about 10, and then I stopped. And when I went to college, by happenstance, my roommate, Crystal, had some knitting needles, and I was like, oh, I know how to do that. I had forgotten basically everything except the knit stitch. So she taught me how to cast on and do the purl stitch again and cast off, and I just haven't looked back. So I've been knitting consistently now for about 15 years, and I love it. I knit every day for at least an hour, and that's usually after my daughter goes to sleep. And I just love knitting. And from there, in Tucson, I went to Grandma's spinning wheel and I thought, oh man, it would be cool to make my own yarn. I got a spinning wheel and I've been spinning for about 5 years. And I suppose the next progression was just to start dyeing yarn. I'm not a very artistic person in terms of drawing. I don't think my artistic levels have improved since about third grade. So, as much as I love sculpture and paintings, it's just something I can't do. So, I love that I can be artistic with knitting, and I do love colors, although I'm sure my brother in law and sister in law, who are both artists, would say that their eye for color is a lot more defined than mine. But I love playing with it. I love mixing primary colors and seeing what comes out. And I think it's a fun challenge to take a picture of nature and try to replicate that in my yarn. It's how close can I get the natural colors to be with the yarn that I dye? So that's where I get my inspiration. I take pictures where I live here in Flagstaff, and I think it's great when people send me pictures and say, hey, I'd love for you to dye a yarn like this. Um, so those are some fun things about Merino y Vino. The name, oh, I have wanted to open a yarn store for about 10 years now, but I am a full-time teacher, and so I can't really afford to do that or actually quit my job until this business really kicks off, which probably will take a while because real estate in Flagstaff is expensive. But my dream is to open a yarn shop that also sells tea and coffee and wine, where people can come and craft for hours and have something to drink. Or just hang out and have it be kind of a community area. Now, right now with COVID, like that would be a disaster, but I'm hoping that in the next few years things will get back to normal. Uh, Originally, I wanted to call my shop Sip and Knit because I like the puns like sipping and knitting, or just um, sipping it. I thought that was fun, but there's already a store on the East Coast with that name. So I talked to my brother in law who thought it was a great idea, and I speak Spanish. And so he came up with the name Merino y Vino. Merino, which is one of my favorite fibers to use to knit and spin, and wine, which I do enjoy drinking, but can't really have more than one glass when you're working on something complicated. The yarn shop that I hope to open one day would feature 90% of indie dyers. I would love to support the community that way because there's so many really talented indie dyers out there. Additionally, what I do with Merino y Vino is every month I want to make a donation to an organization that needs it. So you can see that on my website, which organizations I've donated to in the past and which is my current organization. If you have one in mind that you would like your yarn purchase to go towards, I'd be more than happy to do that. I really want to emphasize the inclusive community that is the knitting world. And that's something that I love about the knitting and crochet and weaving, macrame, all of the textiles. That community is so kind and so inclusive and warm. I really love it. And even though we need to work on some inclusivity aspects, I think we're on the right track. Um, so yeah, that's a little bit about Merino y Vino, and also pretty soon I'll be having a line that's all made in Arizona, which is great. I'm working with Peaceful Prairie Alpaca Ranch, and that's a wonderful ranch to visit if you're in the area. And I will be buying fiber and yarn from there and dyeing it here in Flagstaff. So it's actually all northern Arizona, but I love the idea of having my product be local. Right now, I can't afford to have it all be local, but that's something I am working towards. So if you have any questions, please shoot me an email. I'll have my email address below. Check out my Instagram, check out my website and my Etsy store. All of those links are below, and I really hope to get to know you all. Thank you so much.